Alright, I'm almost in to where I want to be to glass for deer. I'm in here on a 3-day backpack hunt. Last 3 days of the season. Gonna try to get it done. Find a mature buck. Hopefully a big old buck. We'll see. Alright, I gotta keep moving. I gotta get to somewhere I can glass. Alright, I finally made it up to a decent glassing point. It's like 10:30, 10:40. I just saw 2 bucks, so that was sweet. Always good to glass up a couple bucks. Saw a couple does on the way up here. The bucks are way up high, like way up high. So that makes me think I gotta go up higher. I left camp down in the bottom just because there was water and it was flat, and I was hoping there would be deer a little lower down, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back and get camp, get some water, and hoof it back up here, and probably camp up on this ridge somewhere. I think there were just does around me, so I'm not too worried about bumping any bucks out of here. And then yeah, probably try and get up even a little higher over here for this evening glass, or just go up this afternoon, see if I can pick out some bedded bucks. That one buck kind of bedded right out in the open. He was just in the shade of a clump of trees. So see if I can find a few more this evening. Alright, I moved camp up a couple hundred feet. I found a water source. I just wanted to show you what you're dealing with out here. This is it. There's a little trickle of a spring right here. I found it. There's a big elk wallow down here below in this little meadow down here. But there's fresh water coming out of it, so I'm gonna try and dig it out a little bit and let it clear up. Might use some drops too after the filter even. But it'll keep me from being thirsty. Alright, it's after 5 o'clock. It's probably more like 6 actually. Evening glass here. I just picked up a couple bucks. Don't think any of them are. I think there are maybe 3 or maybe 4 of them. It's hard to tell. They're in some burnt trees on a kind of a side hill facing away from me, so I can't really tell. I got this one in the scope. I'm gonna see if I can. No, you probably couldn't see that, but he was kind of in the right hand corner, right bottom corner of the scope. Alright, I'm up here on the ridge I was on yesterday evening, and I just spotted 2 bucks. One of them's definitely a shooter. He's the target buck for sure. He's got some weird shit going on his left side. I can't really tell. He's got something on his antler, but the right side, he's big. He's got big front forks, good backs. He's got a split back on his right, so he's a 5x4. He might have some brow tines too. I don't want to take my eyes off him because they're gonna get ready to go to bed here soon. But I'm freaking stoked. I was glassing from down lower earlier, and wasn't picking out a whole lot of deer. I saw 2 small bucks, but I made a mad dash to get back up here right at like 8:15, right at prime time still, and I'm super pumped I made that move. I finally spotted a good buck, really good buck. I would be beyond stoked to shoot this buck. So, plan is just watch him till he goes to bed, and hopefully he beds in a good spot, and I'll plan a stalk and go from there. Alright, he's bedded. It's 10 o'clock. Looks like he should have shade for a while, so hopefully he won't get up and rebed. His buddy is bedded above him, like 100 yards maybe, probably less, 75, 80. I think if I can get over to the ridge that they were feeding on, because they kind of fed from one ridge across the little drainage gully and onto another ridge. So I think if I can get over to where they were feeding, I might be able to look over onto the ridge that they're bedded and maybe hopefully pick them up. And maybe just wait him out if I can't find him. Yeah, it's he's not in a terrible spot, but he's not in an easy spot. It's pretty thick over there where he bedded. It's all mostly live trees, live pines. So, and then it's always a crapshoot which way they're gonna go when they get out of bed. So if they come back towards me where they came from this morning, then I'll be good. If they go the other way, kind of be fucked. So we'll see. Got to get over there first. It's gonna be a good walk. I kind of up on this cliff, so I got to either backtrack or maybe monkey my way down through one of these little chutes or something. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. All right, I'm into my stock here. I just want to take a video of this because it's pretty crazy. I was up there glassing, or over here, I guess, and I decided to come down this rock slide. It was the fastest way. Otherwise, I'd have to go way down and around. It looked doable, and it really wasn't that bad. It's kind of steep and loose, but I mean, the dirt was soft. I can get a good foothold in. And now, if I can get to this ridge, I could probably glass back and see that buck again, and hopefully get a range. I won't be in shooting range, but I can get a better idea of the ranges of where I'm trying to get to. Alright, I glassed up the buck again. He's like right at 500 yards away. I wish I could shoot that far. I don't know. I mean, I got a dial. I could dial it and give it a shot, but I've never shot that far, so I think I'm gonna try and get a little closer, at least maybe 400. Couple issues here is I just spotted some does down in this cut, and kind of waiting to see what they're gonna do, so I don't bump them into that buck. I'm gonna have to cross at least one drainage, maybe two little gullies here to get over in range. Either that, or I might be able to sneak down this ridge I'm on and get a little closer. Yeah. Just have to wait and see here. At least see what these does are gonna do first before I make a move. But I'm in the game, baby. He's still there, bedded. Whew. He's bedded right over there. Well, I kind of blew an opportunity. I got to within like 420 yards of that buck, and the sun was getting on him, so I knew he was going to get up and rebed. And I just couldn't decide if I wanted to try and set up and take that shot. I only practiced out to 400 yards, and I haven't really practiced that much, so. But in hindsight, if I could have got steady, there's no wind today. I probably could have made it. I don't know. But so he got up and rebedded out of sight. Don't know where he went. I think he just went right around the corner and bedded, but I don't know. It's a deep little cut on that side he went off to, so he could be anywhere really. To top it off, I was gonna try and loop around and make a big move to try and glass into the side where he went, and spooked a bunch of does, spooked a group of does, and then they ran off and spooked another group of does, and they ran right up in between where those two bucks were bedded. Luckily, by the time they got up there, they weren't running or anything. They just walked up and they bedded above those bucks, like 6 does or something. I never saw the bucks come out. I have a pretty good view if they would have ran out to either side or up. But I don't know. places, or they could have snuck out of here without me seeing them. So I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed right now. I felt like that was my opportunity to kill that deer, and I just fucking blew it. So I don't know. I don't know what to do now. I'm just gonna sit here for a while. I think it's like noon, 1 o'clock. I'll probably eat some lunch here and just wait and watch and see if I can pick out any of those bucks. Hopefully that big one comes out where I can see him, but I don't know. Don't have high hopes. We'll see. Well, yesterday, after I spooked those does, I never did see that buck I was after again. Yeah, he just never showed back up. Don't know where he went, but about 5 o'clock I saw a new big buck. That's definitely one I went after him yesterday, actually. But on the approach, I spooked some more does, and he wasn't where I last left him when I got there, so he must have heard the does blow out. They blew at me. But I got him relocated this morning, way up high. Him and another smaller buck. He's pretty cool. He's got both his fronts are split, so I think he's a 5x5. He's just a really cool buck. Big white horns. It's kind of crazy. But I'm watching him. It's a little after 8. Yesterday, all those deer bedded at like 10. So I just gotta sit here and watch and wait. Hopefully he beds in a good spot. He could go bed up in this big jungle of this big Krumholtz patch, which I'm hoping he doesn't, but it's probably where to go, because I won't be able to find him then. But we'll see. Well, I friggin' did it. I made the stalk and fucking killed this buck. And I am fucking stoked. I didn't take any videos earlier, but yeah, I got him. I friggin' got him. He is way the fuck up here. If he's any higher, he would have been a sheep. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I am up here. He was at like 10,200 feet. I had to go like 1,200 or 1,300 feet to get up here from where I was glassing. He's bedded right here in these trees. He's bedded right here. And I went over and around and up and came up and poked through that little hole right there and spotted him. He's laying in his bed like almost broadside, kind of quartering to, looking at me. And I just eased up and I took a shot. I fucking hit this limb right in front of me that I thought I was going to clear, and it snapped. And he just sat there looking at me, and I reloaded and hit him again, and he went down. Somehow, I don't know if it was the ricochet from the shot or my second shot, and I was just that off. But I hit him right in the lower jaw, into the neck. And he just laid there and bled out and died like instantly. He never moved. Feel kind of bad about that. I mean, it panned out, but it wasn't the greatest shot. But that's hunting. I don't know. I took a spill yesterday and knocked the barrel of my gun, so gonna go to the range and check and see if that's the culprit. But either way, dead buck, baby. Friggin' stoked. That's definitely by far the biggest deer I've ever killed. Stoked on him. He's friggin' so cool. He's so massive. I mean, he's got friggin' split fronts on either side. He's got that sweet kicker. Huge friggin' brow tines and these sweet little devil points. And he's like still got velvet hanging off of him. Pretty awesome. Booyah, baby.